The Game Awards' biggest announcements to come, Kadokawa employees happy to be acquired by PlayStation, and PlayStation Wrap-Up 2024 not working quite right. All that in today's video. Please like the video, subscribe to never miss a PlayStation update, and share the video to help grow our community. Now let's talk about the Game Awards. Jason Schreier had a lot to say speaking about Thursday on Kinda Funny Games Daily. Jason Schreier said that he expects to see early trailers for games that are much further away. He cites Monolith's Wonder Woman game and Star Wars Eclipse, both of which were shown first at the Game Awards. Schreier claimed that when Wonder Woman was first announced, that game was nothing. So in quotes, there is a good chance you'll see one of two teaser trailers for games that won't be out for 2026 or later. However, when pressed by host Tim Geddes about whether there would be big announcements to be excited about, Schreier replied in quotes, "There are at least two things that will make you guys react, saying, holy shit, I can't believe it's here." So there's a lot of excitement, and within good reason. If you think about Jason Schreier and everything he's given us in terms of leaks and announcements way ahead of time, or sometimes just before when it comes to things like acquisitions, he's a reliable dude. He knows what he's talking about. He's well connected, so I'm not even going to question the integrity of his claims. But it seems really interesting to me that they are talking about games that are further out than maybe even 2026, which tells me that because of the lack of announcements that we've been getting at these shows, then now people are getting in their bag and they're like, well, I mean, even though these games are a little further out than we expect, let's still show them and let's still get people excited. I mean, even referencing Wonder Woman, where there was apparently nothing when they showed the game, is even more so to believe why this could be a situation where they are now showing games a little earlier than maybe they should. And I'm not opposed to that. I feel like if you're going to announce a game's existence, I'm okay with that, as long as we're not talking 6-7 years out. If we're talking 2026, 2027, I'm not opposed to seeing an announcement or a trailer about it. Mind you, I don't want every game to be like that, but if they're big games, and especially games that a lot of people want to hear about, or, studios that we haven't heard from in a while, I'd love to still get something rather than nothing at all. And when it comes to these two specific games, it really is tough to say what they could be. They could be from literally any platform, not necessarily PlayStation. Could be a Nintendo game, could be an Xbox game, could be a PlayStation game, could be a third-party game. And that's something that we do have to keep in mind. As far as PlayStation titles go, I do think, it'd be cool to see Sony Ben's game. It'd be cool to see Santa Monica's new IP, maybe what Naughty Dog's working on. It would be awesome for any one of these things, right? But the reality is, it's hard to say if that's exactly what we'll see here, being that there's just a whole plethora of studios that show up to this event. This is not specific to any platform, so it could really just be anything. Some people speculate GTA 6, but I don't know. Is it possible that GTA 6 could show up here? Yeah, but could Rockstar do it their own way? I do think that that's a possibility as well. But you guys can let me know what you guys think it could be. Moving on to the next topic, we're talking about Kadokawa. The employees of Kadokawa are reportedly hopeful that a potential takeover by Sony is completed due to issues with the current management at the company. Last month, it was reported that Kadokawa, the media powerhouse that owns Elden Ring developer Fromsoftware, among other companies, was in talks to be acquired by Sony. Following these reports, the company confirmed that discussions had taken place, but that no decision had been made. Now it's being claimed that employees within the company are keen for the acquisition to go through, largely due to management issues and a desire for a change in leadership. Speaking to Bunshin via Automaton, economic analyst Takahiro Suzuki said that he believes that while Sony would be obviously thrilled by acquiring the wealth of content and IP owned by Kadokawa, Kadokawa itself may have little to gain. In quotes, Kadokawa will lose its independence and management will become stricter. If they want to keep developing their business as freely as they have until now, the acquisition would be a bad choice. They'd have to prepare for publications that don't lead to IP creation being put under scrutiny. However, the report also claims that many inside the company are keen for Sony to take over, citing issues with current management. In quotes, "The people around me are thrilled at the prospect of an acquisition by Sony," said an unnamed employee of Kadokawa. "That's because there's a certain number of employees who are dissatisfied with the Natsuno administration, which didn't even bother to hold a press conference after people's personal information was leaked in the cyber attack. They expect that if Sony were to acquire the company, they would get rid of the president first. which is pretty interesting to hear as well. It's one of these things where we really don't know what could be happening with this Kadokawa acquisition, right? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, the decision has to be made first on Kadokawa's side and the investors. And if it goes through, that's great for Sony. If it doesn't go through, well, I don't even know that we'll hear it didn't go through. I think it'll never be brought up again as far as what the actions are that took place. We know that a letter of intent was given to the company that Sony does want to acquire them. An offer was put in, so it's just a matter of time. If this actually goes through or not, we'll find out. And as soon as I have the answer, I'll let you guys know as well. Let me know what you guys think about this piece of news. Lastly, let's talk about the PlayStation wrap-up. So PlayStation posted on their socials and on the PlayStation blog and emails that PlayStation's wrap-up 2024 had been live, but the web page was taken down due to technical issues. Now, I tried to log in multiple times, no luck whatsoever. I was not able to log in. I did the login process, did everything I had to get signed in, and it just wouldn't load after that. Tried multiple times to refresh, and then I would get to an error page, and just no luck at all trying to log into this to get my PlayStation wrap-up. Apparently, this did work briefly, but it took several tries for some people to get through the login page and the several additional page refreshes for the stats to load. Apparently, those who did manage to get through were surprised with some interesting stats to celebrate the PlayStation 30th anniversary. Obviously, no pictures will be put up here, guys. I want to leave it for you guys to be surprised on your own and, get to experience it for yourself if you're interested in this. Personally, it is one of those things that I love to look into when the PlayStation wrap-up does happen. I want to see how many hours I put in this year versus last year. I want to see how many games I played, the trophies I've obtained, what I played most, what I played least. These are the kind of things that I personally enjoy looking at as far as stats go. And it's a shame that I won't be able to see that until further notice since the website has been taken down for now. It's just says we'll be back soon if you go to the website. Unfortunately, I don't know when that'll be. They haven't given us a time frame of when this will be fixed, but I would hope that in the coming week or so, it'll be fixed. That way we can get our wrap-ups before the end of the year. I do find it strange that PlayStation seems to have these issues. I feel like this isn't the first time their wrap-up had an issue, and yet other places don't have that problem. So if you look at Apple Music, you look at Spotify, you look at any of these platforms that have that, Xbox, they don't have these issues, but for some reason, PlayStation does almost every time. And I know the argument can be made, maybe they have like a lot of traffic on their site, which can definitely stop something from working, right? But I would be surprised if it was more demanding than, say, a Spotify wrap-up or a Apple Music wrap-up. Surely there are more people on those platforms than there are on the PlayStation Network. Not that the PlayStation Network doesn't have a lot of people, but just that there are way more people that listen to music than there are that play on PlayStation. At least that's what I would assume. Not that I have the statistic facts here, but I just wish they would solve this so we wouldn't have this issue in the future. So we'll see what happens. As soon as I get my wrap-up, I'm probably share it here on the channel and obviously on socials if you guys follow me over on Twitter or X or whatever you guys want to call it these days. Let me know what you guys think of this whole PlayStation wrap-up situation, but that is all I have for you guys in today's video. The Game Awards is tomorrow. We'll definitely do a discussion about what we see, especially if there's some really good stuff. Let me know what you're hoping to see, along with some other topics here with Kadokawa and the PlayStation wrap-up. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and share the video to help grow our community. I thank you all for watching. Take care.